Hello,
Hello! Yay! I think we're live. Okay.
welcome, and we'd like to introduce whoever watches this to Annie.
Hello.
So Annie and Lisa's just
I'm here.
finding the comments because there's a bit of a different platform. So Annie worked with us for the whole of last year and has beautifully and kindly offered to share a bit about what that was like for her. So firstly, before we go into that, I'd just like to, we'll share a little bit about why we're doing this. So Lisa and I have just opened up the doors for a brand new program that is very, very much, it's similar to the kind of work that Annie did with us, but more accessible to more people. So very much about helping mother, like so much work for mothers is about kind of what do you do, how do you like fix relationships kind of from the outside and do this, like follow this formula. And we really wanted to bring it back within, which is so much of the work that we do, kind of empowering mothers to connect with themselves. So it's the Mother Rising Sisterhood, and we'll absolutely put the link
Yay!
above and below. We haven't yet, but we will.
We will. And it just opened on the weekend. It's brand new.
It did. And there's still an early bird discount at the moment, so
Jump in. Yeah.
yes.
And it's so beautiful to see the women joining already. Annie, you would love the group that's joining because they remind me a lot of you.
Yeah, definitely that's something that we can explore with Annie as well, but the sisterhood, the safety of the space is such a big part of it. So Annie,
Some questions.
I'll open
There you
them
go.
up. So I'd love to hear from you, what had you choose to work with us when you joined us last year?
Okay. Well, I think the sort of the beginning of my decision to come and join you guys was, I suppose, just realizing that I was really not okay with the way that I was doing stuff with my kids. And, I mean, there was this need, this thing was going on in my life, and I reached a point of realizing that I needed to kind of search out some sort of solution around it, or to sort of change it in some way. And I had met UK at a workshop you were doing, and I don't know, it was a pretty amazing experience. And then I think I had come to check out your webpage after that, the Mother's Awakening, and it was pretty like sort of different really to sort of see the way that the both of you are sort of talking about mothering as, like this really, really important sort of thing that women would do, as an occupation and as a part of our lives, and for the community and for the whole world. Like, it was just a really different way to sort of see what I had been doing already, but to really see that someone else is recognizing that as a super important thing. And so that really just felt like, yes, this is kind of the right place to be working on this stuff now. So that was the reason that it was a yes for me.
Oh, beautiful.
Yay!
Ah, that's so beautiful to receive. Yeah. And so when you did join us, what was your experience of working with us and being in our community?
Well, I think to begin with, it was really like sort of totally amazing. Actually, it was quite mind-blowing to sort of be received by you guys, and also by the other women as well. Sorry. It was like to be felt like I was held in love. Like, that was just such a different experience. One that I probably hadn't had before. And so that was like this, it was kind of almost like having done this like really amazing yoga class or something, and coming to the end or just feeling like, yeah, completely elated, like, whoa, this is amazing. So it was like very much to begin with, there was that feeling, like it was very different and so necessary as well. But I think maybe it's so easy to sort of not realize how necessary that is, especially if you don't have it or don't feel like it's there all the time anyway. So that was, that was a really amazing feeling. Yeah. To be a part of that experience and that community.
Oh, yes. Perfect.
Yay!
And so what did How did it support your mothering, your parenting, and your children and your family as a whole? Like, did it give to that?
I suppose it was, there's a lot of teachings, a lot of tools that came out of it, a lot of inspiration as well for sort of what to look at in what's going on. There's ways to sort of understand what I was looking at, to understand myself and understand my children, and to sort of open myself up to what was going on in the situation, and then not just to look at and understand, but to also find ways of transforming those relationships, and that was definitely something that happened, and that like now, in that sort of problematic relationship that I had with my first child, my daughter, like it's really changed the way that I interact with her now, and like just from doing those, I don't know what exactly, like practices and the sort of coaching calls and everything, like talking about all that stuff, and really looking at it, that has really changed the way that I interact with her. Even the way that I see her now, I think, has changed, so yeah, it's made a huge difference. It's changed how I see myself as well, which is such an important thing.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yay. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that.
Yeah, and I love that, because I think sometimes mothers don't even realize that what you said at the end about it changes the way I see myself. Sometimes mothers don't even realize how important that bit is. And I love that every mother we work with says that it changed that, and now I realize how important that is. I love that.
Yeah. Such a powerful thing.
Yeah, beautiful. So, I missed a question. What would you say you love the most about working with us and being in our programs and circle and community? Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, like, getting to know you guys was like such a treasure and an amazing experience, and like having those special times that we spent in person together, that was totally amazing. But also probably one of the strongest things was having that a regular scheduled event where we have this experience where you provide the space for me to be alone and to come back to myself, to focus on what's going on, but also to step back away from being in my life and being in all this stuff, and to regularly to see the truth in all of this stuff. I think that if you don't schedule it in, if you don't have a place for that to exist, it's so easy for it to not exist, even if you really want it to. So that was a really special thing, to have that scheduled into my life.
I love that.
Yeah. So true. Beautiful.
So what would you say to someone considering joining us in the Motherizing Sisterhood?
Oh, I would definitely say go for it. Like, I think everybody should have the opportunity to be in a space like this. Everyone should have the opportunity to be held in love, first of all. That's such a huge thing, but also to hold other mothers in love. And actually, especially in motherhood, I think this should exist in all aspects of life, but especially in motherhood, I think it's so easy to have these relationships, even with women that you absolutely love, to not be holding them in true love, and to be feeling, I don't know, aspects of competitiveness or something, or like, judging their choices, maybe because they're even so close to you. You sort of, I don't know. I think that I often do that anyway. And so having this thing where, it's or it's a rule that you love everyone and you love everything that they do. It's like, it's really special. And I think everyone should have that. And also just having the opportunity to come back to yourself, and to search out your truth in mothering. That's also a really special thing. And so, yes, I would say go for it.
Thank you so much, Annie.
Thanks, honey.
So many beautiful things you've shared. Is there anything else you'd like to share before we go?
Yeah, I couldn't really, I wasn't, yeah.
It's
No,
okay.
nothing is really coming to mind, but
That's all right.
I don't know, yeah, it's lovely to sort of speak with you guys again and yeah, feel the
It
space
is, and thank
again.
you for doing it live on Facebook.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's okay. There's only three. Oh, there's 4 people watching us now. There's people coming now.
Oh,
If anyone else has a question for one of the 3 of us, go for it. Like, let us know, because I can see the comments down here now.
oh, cool.
But if not, that's cool.
Yeah.
Honey, thank you so much for sharing. And I love all the things that you shared about working with us and being in circle together. And I think those circles are such special, special places. And it was interesting for us, that circle that you were in last year was a local circle, which is new for us. Usually we have international circles, but we had a whole circle that was local. And so that was amazing for all of you to be together and be in physical proximity as well, which is really interesting. We often get the feedback that the women say, oh, I feel like we know each other so well, so deeply, but we don't know some of the surface things. Like a couple of people women in another circle who'd been together a long time finally met face to face and were blown away because they knew each other like heart and soul, but they didn't know that one of them liked tea and one liked coffee, or, you know, like all these weird little surface things. And I'm curious how that was for you being close, because you knew all the women physically in the circle too. How was your relationship in the circle and out of the circle with us? Like, did that change at all?
Yeah, I mean, I suppose it is actually kind of a little bit different, you know, because when you do have a bit of an outside relationship with someone, which, you know, I do in different ways with different people. You know, you see them on the street or something and you're not immediately going into that same space. Like it's a very different space. To be in this intentional space, it's not something that you can kind of continue throughout your entire day and entire life every time you see somebody. So yeah, like, you know, we see each other on the street and can talk about, I don't know, yeah, whatever's going on, school or going to the doctor or something, and it is very different. But still, having had those experiences with those people, it's really, really special to then have other experiences with those people as well. Yeah, I don't know. We're all meeting up tomorrow, actually, and I'm really looking forward to it. Well, hopefully all of us. Like, yeah.
Yeah, oh, I love that when our circles go and connect up.
That is
It's
very
beautiful.
special.
Yay! I don't think we have any questions, and we don't have any questions coming through on the stream.
Okay.
So thank you so much for sharing.
Thanks,
honey.
heaps.
You're welcome. It was lovely.
I think you actually get the broadcast and it won't completely kick you off. So.
Okay.